Hey everyone, Vivo launched their newest flagship phones in China earlier this year. Now they're launching the X60 series globally, and we're really excited to see what they have to offer. I'm Angie for GSM Arena, and these are the top features of the X60 Pro Plus and the X60 Pro. The X60 Pro has a clean design. It's sandwiched in Gorilla Glass 6 and has a squarish bump with a triple camera setup on the back. There are two gradient color options, Midnight Black and the Shimmer Blue we have here. While the X60 Pro Plus's name is a little ridiculous, its looks are anything but that. The Plus is taking a page out of Oppo's book, and like the Oppo Find X2 Pro, it has a vegan leather back that's soft to the touch. This one is an Emperor Blue, though there's also an orange option. The Plus also has a squarish camera bump, but this one has 4 cameras instead of 3. On the front, the X60 siblings have what seems to be the same screens. They have small, centered hole punches and extremely thin bezels. The 6.5-inch AMOLED panels have a Full HD resolution, support HDR10+, and have a 120Hz refresh rate. They also have a 240Hz response rate, which will be nice to have while gaming. They have optical fingerprint readers under the display too, and we're expecting those to be blazing fast. Vivo promises that the Plus will get up to 1300 nits of brightness, so it'll be interesting to see if there's much of a difference between the two in that department. Either way, both of these panels are promising to be clear flagship quality. Though the Chinese variants use Exynos chipsets, the global versions have Snapdragon chips. According to Vivo, it's because their research concluded that people value Snapdragons more, though it also might be a matter of production costs. The regular X60 Pro has a Snapdragon 870 5G chipset and 12 gigs of RAM, while the X60 Pro Plus has an even more impressive Snapdragon 888 and either 8 or 12 gigs of RAM. It's a bit of a mystery as to why they offer a lower RAM option on their Plus phone, but at the same time it's really nice to see another addition to this year's lineup of phones with a Snapdragon flagship. As far as storage is concerned, both come with UFS 3.1 flash memory. The X60 Pro comes with 256 GB, while the Plus comes with either 128 or 256 gigs of base storage. There's no card slot for a microSD card, however. Both phones have 4,200 mAh batteries, so we're expecting pretty good endurance. The Pro has a 33-watt fast charger, while the Plus has a 55-watt one, so the latter should charge up faster. The international versions of the X60 Pro phones feature Funtouch OS 11.1 on top of Android 11. If you're wondering why they don't have the new Origin OS like the Chinese versions, it's because it's still a work in progress. Funtouch OS 11 brings an always-on display, an AI editor, an iManager for better security, an ultra game mode, and of course all the new features of Android 11 too. A lot of the features of the X60 Pro siblings come in the camera department, thanks to Vivo's collaboration with Zeiss Optics, and we're really excited to test that out in the full review. But first, let's check out what that hardware is. The regular X60 Pro has a 48-megapixel main sensor with gimbal stabilization, a 13-megapixel telephoto with 2x zoom, and a new 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera with autofocus so it can take macro shots. The X60 Pro Plus has a quad camera setup with a 50-megapixel main camera, an 8-megapixel periscope telephoto that has a native 5x zoom, a 32-megapixel telephoto with 2x zoom, and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera with gimbal stabilization. The Plus also has a Zeiss T-certified lens coating to reduce reflections and unwanted flares. In order to take advantage of all the new hardware, Vivo has included a lot of new modes and options in their camera software. They focused a lot on portraits and have a new headline, Biotar Portrait Style, which is named after the vintage lens by Zeiss, known for its swirly bokeh. There's also Super Night Portrait, so you can take convincing portraits at night. Vivo is promising much better video stabilization with a combination of optical and electronic stabilization. The X60 Pro Plus supports video up to 8K at 30 FPS, and thanks to Samsung's ISOCELL GN1 sensor, it offers Super Night video for even better exposed low-light videos. Along with better stabilization, the phones have Extreme Night Vision 2.0. In essence, there should be much improved nighttime captures, in part thanks to a new noise reduction algorithm and higher ISO support. The two phones also offer super sampling pixel shift tech on their main cameras, for much improved color rendition and moire reduction when you rely on digital zooming. This is similar to some of the algorithms used by Google Pixels, But the Vivo X60 Pro is able to pair that with the gimbal and produce much better results, especially on a tripod. In short, Vivo's new X60 lineup has everything that a flagship lineup should include, and the two Pro phones look really promising, especially in the camera department. Still, it's one thing to hear about an amazing new feature, and another thing to test it out and see if it's actually a gimmick or something that makes the phone better as a whole. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to get to them in the full review. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.